out of the house and sat down by the sea. Such large crowds gathered around him that he got into a boat and sat down, and the whole crowd stood along the shore. And he spoke to them at length in parables, saying, "A sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seed fell on the path, and birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky ground where it had little soil. It sprang up at once, because the soil was not deep, and when the sun rose, it was scorched, and it withered for lack of roots. Some seed fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it. But some seed fell on rich soil and produced fruit, 100 or 60 or 30-fold. Whoever has ears ought to hear." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Today we're celebrating the feast of St. Lawrence of Brindisi, a Capuchin, who was one of those among whom the good seed that Jesus talked about in the Gospel really fell. He was baptized Julius Caesar. That was the name given to him, so you can see his parents might have had grandiose ideas about him from his very start. But he lost both of his parents when he was very young, and he was raised by an uncle in Venice, in Italy. At 16 years old, he joined the Capuchins there and was a very astute young man, very intelligent, learned quickly. Before long, he was speaking 7 different languages by the time he was ordained. He was a wonderful preacher. He would spend hours and hours meditating on the gospel on which he was going to preach. That's a lesson that I could learn a little more about myself. And his preaching bore a great deal of fruit. He was so astute in various languages and spoke Hebrew so well that the Jewish people among whom he worked thought that he was a Jew himself. He was also given many different responsibilities, especially within the order, elected to superior orders, to superior positions, even to the head of the order. That job is called the Minister General. He was elected Minister General of the whole order. But before that, he was the chaplain of the Imperial Army when the Turks were beginning to invade Europe. At one particular battle, the Christians were overwhelmed. The Imperial Army of 18,000 faced a Turkish army of about 80,000, and it seemed like there would be a sure defeat. But St. Lawrence, holding his cross, went to the front of the lines and encouraged the Imperial Army and inspired them so much they beat back the Turks and won the battle and saved that part of Italy from incursion. A number of years ago, I was elected to go to Rome to a general meeting of all of our order throughout the world, where we elect a minister general, the leader of the order, the same title that St. Lawrence had. And when we elected a new minister general, he was given that same cross that St. Lawrence had held up in battle against the Turks. I was very, very impressed by that. So today, as we celebrate this feast of St. Lawrence, we have a Capuchin parish in Watts named after him, and a seminary, San Lorenzo, up near San Ynez. We can ask him that you and I, might be as responsive in the vocation that each one of us has been given to God as he was, and we can ask St. Lawrence to help us in that. Please stand then and let us pray.